one of the biggest challenges in working with nested if, elif, else statements is the spacing. So go ahead and open up this Air notebook on spacing in Python and go ahead and copy it. So File, save a copy in Drive. And I'm going to go ahead and call this, when I correct these, I'm going to call them Air correction. That way the other one, the previous notebook, will still preserve. And always when you get code, if you're trying to correct it, go ahead and run it. You should get the same code, but sometimes you won't because things have changed since the person was working on it. It's good to see the first error. And here we have, it's underlined here. It looks like, again, Club's doing a really good job underlining. And it says, if you read the error, expected an indented block after if statement on line 8. So that is well put. Nice work, Colab. This is incorrectly spaced, right? Because it's not that you can't have a print statement there. It's that if you have an if statement and a colon, you need something indented after it. This print statement, I think, is supposed to go with the joke statement. Okay, so I'm going to backspace that. Okay, now that's in the right place. Now we can follow, instead of running this over and over again, we can start to follow the spacing errors, because this is underlined. And again, if you have an else with the colon, it needs to go after that. So just backspace it up, press return, and then it's in the right place. Now, interestingly here, right, these are underlined, okay? And why is this underlined here? Well, it's sort of interesting. If, else, elif, it's like, this is a little confusing because above an elif, there should be an if or an else. And you can always sort of check what Colab has to say. Just says invalid syntax. Okay, so it's getting complicated for Colab here. And I think in this case, we need to look at the code carefully. Okay, so what is this code all about? You're rating your day on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, and so the idea is it should be you're giving different output depending on what the user says. And so here's the first case. If the rating is less than 4, and then I think you want this code here to come inside of that, okay? Because the next one that should match with this outside one should be the elif less than 8, okay? This line of code goes with this line. They are a match, all right? This, and you can sort of tell from the context here because it says, do you want to hear a joke? Well, if the user says yes, the idea here, look, you're inside of this if statement. So these should all be indented, okay? So you just press the tab key, and this is matching with the inside of the case if they're not having a good day. And so the chatbot's trying to give a joke to hear them up. It looks like the beginning of a joke here. And so this print statement also then needs to be tabbed. You can just tab it and it does work. And so this else would match with then this if, not the one above it, okay? And if you're the one writing the code, you would know kind of where it matches, right? But it's really important to kind of get it all straight. So this if else goes together. Now, there's something about joke 2. I'm not sure. Okay. So this is kind of helpful. Okay, so joke is here. And so joke.lower is after that. But now there's joke 2, right? So the person's giving them a second chance. Well, now you're inside of this else statement. So if you're inside of this else statement, this needs to be tabbed over until it matches. Interestingly, the print here is in the right place. A photon walks into a bar. I guess they're changing it up. Keep it consistent. Make it a hotel. And this else then would go with that one. And then, instead of being apologetic, it's just fine. If the person's not having a good day, you can try to give them a happy face. Okay, I think we've almost got it, right? So the rating matches this elif, and now this else is the last statement, okay, that goes with that elif. And now when you're tabbed inside, I think it may be okay. If you're extra tabbed, you can't be back tabbed. We can check that by running it. So let's run the code and see what happens. Okay, not easy to sort that out. Okay, didn't get an error this time. Now we can run the chatbot. Time sure flies by. What is your name? Corey. I'll give myself a 7 for today. Actually, I might want to get inside of this joke stuff because that could be a little more interesting. So let's say it's a 3 and I get a type error. Okay, and note it, and it shows it to you here. I do this a lot. You get an error, go to the bottom of the code. What does it say? Hey, this less than, not supported between string, that's type string, and type int. So go to the less than. Where's less than in the code? Right here. Oh, we need to turn that into an integer. Very important input code. So rating equals rate int. Turn it into an int. All right. And try it again. And I'm going to go ahead and, well, actually, I want to leave it. Let's see if that print statement works. Okay, so we reran the code. Chatbot, time sure flies by. What is your name? Corey. How's your day been? On a scale of 1 to 10, Corey? 3, because I want the joke. Do you want to hear a joke? Choose yes or no. Now, let's just try in this time. Can I change your mind? Choose yes or no. Okay, cool, because I got the extra thing, and I'll try yes. Great, a photon walks into a hotel, and it terminates. I guess the only thing we need to sort of get this so glad to hear is if I'm having a good day. So run it one more time. You do want to run your chatbots enough times to test your different parts of code. Just because it works the first time doesn't mean it's going to work every time. Okay, so now let's say it's a 9, feeling optimistic, and so glad to hear. So you can see sort of the spacing is okay, right? We talked about that before with Python, where it's okay to space forward, but spacing backward is not so good. And I would actually move it back to keep it clean. So at this point, the code works and perhaps a little better than expected. Be consistent with your capitals, either choose to use them or don't. And we'll leave it at that.